Mischievous Kitties, Fireworks. It was a hot afternoon, but the kitties were enjoying the open windows in the sunroom. A slight breeze blew, keeping them cool. Perfect weather to take a late afternoon nap. If only Owner would be quiet. "Is Owner seriously on the phone again?" Pepper asked. He was lying on his back, enjoying one of the patches of sunshine. "Yep," Peaches sighed in response. "That's like the 500th call today. What is so important?" Jewel whined. "Not exactly 500 calls, but close enough," Peaches corrected. "If the phone isn't ringing, Owner is calling somebody." "Do you think something is wrong with Owner?" Cream asked. "No, I don't think anything is wrong," Mocha replied. "Owner has been pretty busy today, and even picked up the papers that have been taking up space on the counter," Pepper commented. All the kitties turned to look at him. "What?" he asked. "We're not allowed on the counter. How did you know if stuff was picked up?" Mocha asked. "Whatever," Pepper yawned. "Since when do I do what we are told?" "Besides the point of Pepper still being Pepper, I do agree with him on one thing," Cream interjected, raising a paw. "I have picked up a change in Owner's scent, but it's a change of excitement and anticipation. Something is obviously being planned for today." "Ooh, I wonder what fun things Owner has planned." Jewel arched her back as she stretched. Mr. Fluffles also stretched and started to walk out of the sunroom. "Where are you going, kitten?" Peaches asked the Tuxedo Kitty. "To get a snack," he replied without stopping or looking back. The kitties could still hear Owner talking loudly on the phone. The noise sounded like it was coming from the kitchen. "Kind of bad timing to get a snack," Jewel commented. "I don't know if you'll be able to focus on getting a snack with Owner talking so loudly and excitedly." "You'd be surprised," Pepper added. "Fluff can block out anything to get a snack. He'll snack during a storm. There's nothing that can stop him when he wants a snack." "Well, there is one thing that stops him every time," Peaches said. "What?" Pepper asked, very curious. "An empty bowl." Purrs of amusement resonated from all the kitties. The noise in the kitchen suddenly increased exponentially with loud clanging and banging sounds. Mr. Fluffles came walking out with a scowl on his face. "Did you get your fill?" Pepper asked. "No," the chubby kitty replied. "Why not?" Peaches asked, concerned. "Owner shooed me away," he pouted. "Why?" "I don't know. Owner was loading some big containers with stuff from the cold box. I went over to investigate, and I was shooed out of the kitchen." "Huh. Why would Owner load stuff out of the fridge?" Peaches wondered. "Usually, bags are brought in to put stuff in the fridge." "Again, I don't know." Mr. Fluffles whined and licked a paw to clean his face. "I was simply shooed out." The kitties looked up when the loud noises suddenly stopped. "Should one of us go and check?" Jewel asked carefully, but made no indication that she was going to get up off her chair. "Are you volunteering?" Mr. Fluffles responded with his own question. "No," Jewel answered with a hiss. "I just didn't know if someone should go check on Owner or not." "Probably," Mr. Fluffles hissed back. "Then you go," Jewel hissed louder. Peaches, trying to ignore the verbal tiff behind her, stepped slowly forward. Her ears were pricked, listening intensely for any sound that might come from the kitchen. The hissing behind her continued, and suddenly Owner's chiding voice called from the kitchen. Peaches and the others looked back at Jewel and Mr. Fluffles. "What?" they both said in unison. "You know that scolding was for you two, right?" Peaches asked. "It was?" Jewel asked, confused. "Why would Owner yell at us?" Peaches sat in stunned silence for several moments, but Pepper didn't miss a beat. "Because you guys were having a hissing fit?" he scolded. "Oh," Jewel replied. "Sorry," Mr. Fluffles apologized. Peaches walked over to him and gave him a comforting lick. Both kitties purred lightly. "Hey, at least we know that owner is okay," Pepper encouraged, smiling mischievously. "That's true," Mr. Fluffles replied enthusiastically. Then the kitty's attention turned back to the kitchen as another loud sound broke through. This time, the sound was moving. Owner dragged out a big container and walked towards the kitties. They all scrambled out of the way and went into various hiding places as Owner passed the door to the sunroom and opened the door leading to the backyard to drag the container outside. "That's the thing," Mr. Fluffles announced. "Owner was putting stuff from the icebox in there." The kitties crowded around the windows, watching Owner rearrange some stuff outside. Pepper jumped off the chair, stretched and yawned. "I'm going back to my nap. Wake me when something interesting happens." "I don't think anything is going to happen," Mo-Ka added as he joined Pepper. "It's just another great lazy day." "Wait," Peaches suddenly said. "Who is that?" "I don't know," Cream replied. "Owner seems to know who it is," Jewel added. "Maybe that's who Owner was talking to on the phone for so long." "Oh, that's nice," Mr. Fluffles added. "They're moving stuff together. At least the new person is helping Owner." "At least they are outside," Peaches commented. "I don't like strange company in the house." "Agreed," confirmed Mr. Fluffles. "And now they are headed this way," Cream announced as she jumped off the chair and trotted into the living room. "I'll be upstairs until they go back outside." "But they aren't coming in," Mr. Fluffles called. "Actually, they are," Peaches said quickly and then grabbed his scruff as she followed the other kitties through the living room. The door behind them squeaked open just as Peaches' tail disappeared around the wall dividing the kitchen from the living room. All 6 of the kitties made it to the top of the stairs by the time the stranger entered the kitchen with Owner. They let out a collective sigh. The door squeaked a few more times as they heard Owner and the stranger walk in and out of the house. Once the house became quiet again, the kitties headed back downstairs. One by one, they led back down to resume their naps. The distant rumble of the humans' conversations gradually changed. As more people arrived and music was added, the distant rumble became a rhythmic boom that would start low, rise in sound and tempo, eventually swelling to a crescendo, and then drift back down, only to rise again. "I've always wondered why books refers to noise as sound waves," Peaches mumbled as the cacophony woke her and the other kitties up. "Now I get it. I feel like I'm on an ocean of sound." Mo-Ka put his paws over his ears and grumbled. "Can you get seasick from noise?" Peaches stretched and looked around the room and at the other sour faces. "If you can, I think we all are." Pepper perked up and put his nose in the air. "Do you smell that?" "What?" Mo-Ka asked. "I don't know, but it smells good," Pepper responded. The other kitties hesitated, but Peaches also sniffed the air. "I do smell something interesting," she exclaimed. They all gathered at the different windows to investigate. The kitties could see several people outside, laughing and talking. Owner was focused on a big black contraption that had smoke rising from it. That seemed to be the source of the good smells. "Wow, what a party!" Cream meowed happily. "I know, right?" Pepper agreed. "That smells so good," Mr. Fluffles purred. "Do you think we'll get a taste?" "I doubt it," Peaches responded. The other kitties soon relaxed, but something was bugging Peaches. With all the wonderful smells floating through the screen windows, something kept making her hair bristle. She couldn't determine what it was. She decided to study the scene in front of her to make sure there were no threats in the area. After several long minutes, she finally decided there was no danger and started to lay down. And then a flash of fur caught her eye. Cream saw it too. As Peaches started to bristle, Cream asked, "Who is that?" The other kitties looked up, and right there, walking around the feet of the humans, was a golden kitty. The kitty was wearing an orange harness and didn't seem bothered at all about walking around outside. Peaches hissed when the cat got close to Owner. It looked over at them and started to walk over. "Great, now look what you did," Pepper whined. As the cat approached them, Peaches shrunk down so only her eyes and ears were visible over the windowsill. "Hey there," the cat meowed happily. "Great party." "We wouldn't know," Jewel growled. "We're not allowed outside." "Really? That stinks," the golden kitty meowed. "Not really," Peaches mewed quietly. "It's nice not to hunt for our food." "Oh, I eat kitty kibble just like you guys. I only go outside for walks, though rarely off a leash." "Then why are you off a leash now?" Mocha asked. "Because I've been here before. My driver and I come here for all the good light shows." "Really?" the kitties asked in unison. "We've never seen you here before," Mocha protested. "I was here before you guys were adopted, but usually only a few times a year." "How long have you been coming here?" Mocha asked. "Oh, I think this will be my 4th year." "So you come over with your owner?" "Yep." The yellow kitty pointed to one of the visitors. "My driver is your owner's brother." "Why do you call him your driver?" Mocha asked. "We live in a big truck and travel across the country. He does all the driving. He's the professional driver, and I am the professional passenger." Peaches giggled a little. "Hey, sweetie, you don't have to hide from me. I don't bite." The gold cat tried to approach closer, but was blocked by bushes. "Would you like to come in?" Mocha asked. "Then we can do proper introductions." "Sure!" Mocha instructed him to meet them at the door next to the sunroom. Peaches was still very suspicious, but all the other kitties seemed confident that this new cat was not a threat. Mocha pushed on the door and found that it was unlocked, and let the yellow cat inside. Mocha introduced all the kitties, and in turn, the gold cat introduced himself. "Nice to meet all of you. I'm Butterball." Peaches tried to stifle a giggle, but failed. Butterball smiled at her. "That's fine, beautiful. It's a silly name. Just goes to show that our owners have similar tastes in kitty names." "True. Only 2 of us have names that are not food-related," Peaches agreed. "I don't know." Butterball walked around the kitties. "Mr. Fluffles could be your name because you love food quite a bit." "Yes, I do, but what does that have to do with my name?" Mr. Fluffles protested. "Don't feel bad. I was very much in love with my food bowl when I was your age, too. I was about as round and short as you. That's why my driver named me Butterball." Fluffles looked at how tall the yellow cat was. He was a little taller than Peaches, and under his long golden fur still showed a muscular, lean figure. "So I could grow up to be as tall and lean as you?" he asked, hopeful. "Just depends on your genes," Butterball assured. "But even if you don't grow tall, you'll always be owner's little Mr. Fluffles." Peaches purred a little. This cat really had a way with words. He turned his emerald green eyes to her and returned her purr. Peaches looked away after a few moments, suddenly feeling bashful. A call followed by a series of shrill whistles made all the kitties flick their ears. Butterball immediately jumped up and looked out one of the windows, and then back at the other kitties. "Well, my driver is calling me. I better get back to the party." "Will we see you again?" Mr. Fluffles asked with hopeful eyes. "Of course," Butterball replied happily. "Like I said before, Driver and I visit with your owner at least twice a year, sometimes more." "Yay!" the Tuxedo Kitty exclaimed. "Oh, before I go, have any of you ever been to a party like this before?" They all shook their heads no in reply. "Okay." He sat down and took a deep breath. "You notice that it is starting to get dark?" "Yes, it's almost twilight," Peaches replied with more enthusiasm than usual. "Yeah, well, at parties like this, humans like to do light shows. They are very pretty and colorful, but they are loud. Very loud. Some can sound very similar to thunder." Peaches, Jewel, and Mr. Fluffle started to tremble a little. "Do you guys have a safe place where you hide during storms?" Upstairs in Owner's room, Jewel replied. Though it helps with the sound of the thunder, not so much with the rain. That's okay. The light shows don't bring rain, just loud sounds. But if you guys can stand it, I have to say, they are some of the prettiest things humans have invented. So if you can deal with the noise, it's definitely worth being by a window. Do you know which direction? Peaches asked. Yes, sweetie. They'll be that way. He pointed directly behind him. We should be able to see them from Owner's bedroom window then. Excellent! Butterball exclaimed as he purred lightly. A sound startled them as they realized that Owner and Driver were standing behind them. Butterball got up and rubbed against Driver's legs, and then Owner's. Instead of a hiss, this time Peaches purred. This cat was definitely not a threat. Well, I'm going to head back outside with these two. Nice to meet all of you. His gaze lingered on Peaches. I look forward to when we next meet. He happily flicked his tail and walked out, the two humans following him. After the door closed behind them, Peaches and Mr. Fluffle started to head towards the stairs. The other kitties followed. Wait! Jewel protested. Where are you going? Heading upstairs to watch the light show, Mer-Ka responded. Why? Are you guys really going to trust him? Why not? He said he's been coming over here for years now. I think he knows more than us. Mer-Ka stopped and turned back to her. What if he's just trying to manipulate us? Jewel complained. Jewel, what are you upset about? Mer-Ka asked quietly as he approached her. Nothing, she said sharply. But Mer-Ka could see there was something bothering her. You wouldn't understand. Did Butterball's flirting with Peaches bother you? Jewel stared at him, a little surprised. How did you know? Mer-Ka let out a humorous purr. Oh, come now. All that mushy stuff made us all uncomfortable. Jewel's ears drooped a little. That wasn't the reason she was upset, but she didn't want to explain it to him. Yeah, that display was quite ridiculous. The party in the backyard let out some excited cheers, and a loud pop sound went off. Mer-Ka nudged Jewel. Come on, we need to get upstairs. The pair ran to the top of the stairs and into Owner's bedroom. Cream and Pepper sat on the windowsill, and Peaches and Mr. Fluffle sat on the bed. Mer-Ka jumped on the windowsill, and Jewel looked around, trying to figure out where there would be room for her. She decided to sit on the bed, but not too close to Peaches and Mr. Fluffle's. Loud popping sounds rang out, and the bright colors of light burst across the night sky. The kitties sat enamored by the beauty of the lights. Some were relatively quiet, with just some light pops, while others whistled or crackled. But no matter the sounds, the different displays and colors were beautiful. They were all grateful to Butterball for the sound warning. The kitties didn't know what the light show was supposed to celebrate, but they were all happy to enjoy it together.